From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Bradley's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, hopefully everyone has had a nice week. Weather was kind of all over the place this week, but finishing off on a good note. Good amount of sunshine out there today. Warm, but that just means our next cool front is not too far away. It's going to get here a little bit later on tonight. That's going to usher in some much cooler conditions. Gradually, we are going to be turning cooler through the course of the weekend, and then especially as we head into the early parts of next week. So we'll take a look at the extended outlook in just a second. First off, we do have a drone shot for you today, and boy, nice shot here as we scan the skies of Acadiana. Plenty of blue skies in the area today. A few fair weather cumulus clouds from time to time, but obviously nothing that produced any rain. But gorgeous shot here, and again, we are looking at more sunshine in the forecast through the course of the weekend and beyond. As mentioned, warm out there today, pretty typical out ahead of a frontal boundary. We get compression heating, so those highs mid to upper 80s, easily 86 here in the hub city currently. It's 88 in Abbeville and Oakdale. It's 86 in New Iberia. And most of this evening, if you are heading out to festivals or maybe for some Friday night football, it is going to be mild with temperatures eventually heading for the 70s. So here's the upper level pattern. Watching this upper level low, that's going to be responsible for our cool front that's going to push through later on tonight, but it's going to kind of flatten out tomorrow. So we're going to have to wait for a secondary push in the upper levels to get here Sunday, and that's what's going to usher in the coolest air of the season so far. In fact, Monday, Tuesday mornings, lows in the upper 40s. High temperatures will struggle to reach the lower 70s actually Sunday and Monday afternoons. Here's our frontal boundary. You can barely pick it out here if you were looking for any showers and storms, but we are going to notice some cloud cover later on tonight, mostly after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe an isolated sprinkle or two with the front, but rain chances not too terribly serious. But eventually we are going to be heading for the mid-60s. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow. Probably some leftover cloud cover first thing in the morning, but then skies gradually turning mostly sunny into the afternoon. Cooler, but still mild, mid to upper 70s. Also have that solar eclipse that's going to peak right after noon tomorrow. So definitely going to want to check that out. But of course, make sure you have the protective eyewear for sure. Breezy northwesterly winds will come in at around 10 to 15 tomorrow, and then here we go into Sunday. It's going to be a cool start, mid 50s, and then here comes that secondary push in the upper levels. So high temperatures struggling to get out of the 60s. Sunday afternoon, maybe some high level clouds for the second half of the day. Will be a touch breezier with those northerly winds coming in 15 to 20, gust at times even a little bit higher than that. So again, heading out this evening, maybe for some Friday night football. Kickoff time in the mid 70s, and notice only going to be in the lower 70s by the end of the game, so temperatures not changing a whole lot. So definitely mild conditions out ahead of that frontal boundary, but that's going to change this weekend. And of course, our sports team is going to have you covered with all the highlights later on tonight on KATC at 10:30. Temperatures again this evening, once the sun goes down, we'll be hovering in the 70s, but once the front pushes through late tonight, most of us in the mid 60s by tomorrow morning with some leftover cloud cover, but those quickly will kick on out of here. Mostly sunny into the afternoon, so a pretty nice looking day. Mid to upper 70s, even cooler for Sunday morning, mid 50s, and then notice how high temperatures struggle to get out of the 60s Sunday afternoon once we get that secondary push. And again, some cloud cover for Sunday afternoon, but not anticipating any sort of rainfall. As far as your winds, they stay relaxed this evening most of the night, but then once the front barrels its way through, they will start to pick up out of the northwest, sustained at around 10 to 15 into tomorrow afternoon. 65 is going to be your projected low tonight, but that's not going to be until about daybreak tomorrow morning. Otherwise, this evening, we pretty much hover in the 70s. Clouds, perhaps an isolated sprinkle or two with the front after about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but not likely. 79, the projected high tomorrow. Mostly sunny, especially into the afternoon. So good viewing conditions for that solar eclipse. That again is going to max out right afternoon. And then here we go into Sunday, 73, maybe generous, depending on those clouds, but it will be cooler for Sunday, Monday as well. Look at these overnight lows, upper 40s to lower 50s for Monday, Tuesday mornings. And then overall next week, not looking too terribly bad, mostly sunny to eventually partly cloudy. Ahead of our next cold front that looks to get here a week from today, that will likely set up yet another nice and cool weekend here in Acadiana. We'll have to look at weather for now, but stay with us. We'll have more news coming up after the break.